JT, shave your knuckles for justice. Bernie can be nice, but he needs to call out the BS. Yeah, I know. Look, there's been things we as we talked about that we wish he would. Some certain things were just not even just. They were just mistakes. He just shouldn't have.
Totally. And you know what? He's going to continue to do some things right, and he's going to continue to, get a couple things wrong. It's inevitable, but, hopefully you see more of, I really loved his New York Times moment. Yeah. Where he went in there and he's like, look, this is not what I do. I'm not going to remember your birthday. The Republicans and Democrats failed the American people, and I guess the New York Times did too. A little bit of a paraphrase, but that's essentially what he went in there and said. And then, shockingly, they didn't endorse him. But
yeah, he said, I don't do well with bullshit.
But you know what? I bet a lot less people paid attention to that Amy Klobuchar, Liz Warren endorsement by the New York Times, and a lot more people paid attention to what Bernie Sanders said in their offices. That video went everywhere. When he started calling Joe Biden out on Social Security,
millions of views.
Those videos are still circulating. And now when Joe Biden tries to backpedal on it, be like, well, Bernie's just like, here, this is you saying it. This is you saying it. Those are the moments he needs to have. Those are the good moments. He needs more of those.
Who's reading the New York Times? Who cares what the New York Times thinks?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And these are the New York Times endorse? Oh, no. So what are all these sexist burn bros going to do? Oh, no. Look at all these women of color that endorse Bernie Sanders. Look at them. Nina Turner, Brianna Joy, Dr. Dooley, who I've interviewed on this show in the lower left, AOC. Excuse me, Amy Vilela, who you and I know, who's come to our shows, who's a staunch advocate for his Medicare for All plan because her daughter died because she didn't have health insurance. So Amy ain't backing down from shit. Omar, all of Jayapal, who just endorsed him. Like, sorry. So the rich person's establishment newspaper backed the two establishment candidates, and these women backed these endorsements mean more than some tired old the New York Times. The what? Who's reading the New York Times? Who's reading it?
And also
less people than watch those videos. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. And then by double endorsing Warren and Klobuchar, they have
War Butcher.
Klobuchar. I love it. They are basically saying they're the same candidate. They're like, we're going to endorse both of them because they're both good. Like, how are they both good? Oh, they're both centrist. So Warren has tried to kind of teeter between being a progressive and being a centrist, but Amy Klobuchar has embraced her centrism like no other. And so basically what that does for Warren is put her on the same level as Amy Klobuchar, which does her no favors. So ultimately, that endorsement, once again, helps Bernie Sanders solidify that he is the one guy that is not going to be in the hands of the elitist New York Times type of
right.
That's people like that. People are responding positively.
Well, that's the thing too, is the New York Times doesn't realize that they're viewed as just some sort of these rich New Yorkers who are so out of touch. And New Yorkers are pretty goddamn out of touch. They think everything revolves around that little island, and they don't realize there's a whole world outside of Manhattan. They don't realize that. And it also is just some old school 2016 identity politics. We support the women. It's like, boom, eat it. Sorry. That doesn't mean anything. And the centrism, it's such... Klobuchar in the debates, she's always like, let me put some reality in the room.
Right.
And then she lays out this boring centrist plan. And it's like, we've talked about this, all those exciting centrists throughout history. How many of them have high schools named after them? Remember Johnny Centrist, who barely did anything, had a high school named after him? Remember that? We just celebrated MLK.
Johnny Centrist was the guy who got D3 as a thing on your gear shift. It used to just be D and then D2 and then D1. You'd go down to D1 if it was snowing real bad. Johnny Centrist made D3 a thing.
Man.
Yeah. I'll never forget that.
Remember that bold quote from him? Was just like, I think we need another gear.
I think we need another gear.
Wow. That was exciting.
One more gear, but not too fast. He was very punny with it. Brilliant man.
Don't get crazy. Yeah. You remember FDR said the only thing we have to fear is purity tests? Remember when he said that?
I remember when he said that.
That was so exciting.
Yeah. It was right after he was like, hey, Social Security might be a good thing.
Yeah. like,
but let's not rush.
We just had MLK Day, and I'm like, every year they bring out the I Have a Dream speech, which is a fantastic speech. It's a wonderful speech. They always seem to forget the speeches on socialism, the speeches on the Poor People's Campaign, this anti-war speeches. They always seem to forget those.
They forget those ones.
That's weird.
They forget
it's
those
so
ones.
weird.
Selective amnesia.
Oh, I don't get it.
It's interesting.
It is interesting.